Hey there, my fishing friends and fellow anglers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for a very special day. Thursday, September 18th, 2025, across the beautiful waters of Ireland. This isn't just any autumn day, it's shaping up to be one that could offer some fantastic opportunities, but with a few twists that only a true expert would spot. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's uncover why this day might just be that surprising gem you've been waiting for. We're talking about mild temperatures, stable conditions, and fish getting ready for winter. A combination that could mean explosive action if you know where to look. Let's break down what's biting and how to catch them. First up, the mighty pike. September is a prime month for these toothy predators as they begin their pre-winter feeding frenzy. With water temperatures cooling down, pike become incredibly active, looking to pack on the pounds. You'll want to target them in areas where baitfish are congregating. Think weed beds, especially at depths of 2 to 4 meters, or along drop-offs and river bends where current provides ambush points. My experience tells me that big, flashy spinners or wobbler lures retrieved at a medium pace will be irresistible. Dead baiting with a ledgered or popped-up roach or perch can also be incredibly effective in deeper holes. Remember, friends, a good catch and release is key for these magnificent fish. Next, we have the elusive Atlantic salmon albie. Autumn brings significant runs of fresh salmon into many Irish rivers, especially after a bit of rain. For September 18th, with minimal precipitation expected, focus on the deeper pools and holding lies in the main river channels. These fish will be resting before continuing their journey upstream. Fly fishing with a multi-turn fly or spinning with a small silver or copper spoon can entice a take. Keep your eyes peeled for any signs of fish jumping or rolling. That's your cue. A number 10 or 12 single hook, dressed with a willy gun or green Highlander pattern, can be deadly. Don't forget about Perch. Friends, these feisty fighters are active year-round, and September often sees larger specimens become more aggressive. Look for them schooling near underwater structures like submerged trees, jetties, or bridge supports in lakes and slower rivers. Light tackle is the name of the game here. Small jig heads with soft plastics or even a simple float rig with a bunch of worms or maggots will do the trick. A little tip: sometimes a slow, jigging retrieve right off the bottom can trigger a feeding frenzy among a school of perch. Finally, for the speeds, brown trout or disty, the season is winding down, but there's still great sport to be had. With the cooling water, trout will be feeding actively, often on larger insects like daddy longlegs or olives, especially during hatch windows. In lofts, try trolling with small plugs or spoons, or drift fishing with wet flies. In rivers, classic fly patterns like the olive or sedges will work, or a small spinning lure for those holding in faster currents. Remember, presentation is everything with these clever fish. Now let's talk about the conditions that will shape our day. Weather. For Thursday, September 18th, 2025, Ireland is looking at generally mild conditions. Temperatures will hover around 15 to 19 degrees Celsius during the day, which is quite stable for autumn. There might be some very light, patchy rain in the morning, but it's expected to clear to mostly cloudy skies with sunny intervals later on. The wind will be from the west-southwest, a moderate breeze of around 10 to 12 miles per hour. This stable weather without drastic pressure changes usually puts fish in a comfortable mood, making them more inclined to feed. Water temperature. Across Ireland's waters, from the sea to the larger lochs and rivers, the water temperature will be in the range of 14 to 16 degrees Celsius. This cooling trend, compared to summer, signals to predatory fish that it's time to fuel up for the colder months ahead. It increases their metabolism and makes them more active hunters, pushing them to seek out easy meals. Moon phase. On September 18th, we'll be under a waning crescent moon, with about 9 to 13% illumination. The new moon is just 3 days away. Now, some old-school anglers might tell you that a waning crescent isn't ideal, often associated with slower bites. However, my friends, don't let that deter you entirely. While the moon's pull can influence tides and fish activity, the stable weather and strong seasonal feeding instincts, especially for pike and salmon, will likely outweigh any minor lunar effects. Keep an open mind and be ready to adapt. Overall fish activity. Considering all these factors, I'd give the general fishing outlook for September 18th, 2025 as good to capricious. The mild and stable weather, combined with cooling water temperatures, will definitely boost the activity of predatory species like pike and perch. Salmon will be pushing upstream, providing targeted opportunities. Brown trout might be a bit more selective as their season draws to a close. However, the waning crescent moon, although not usually a prime fishing phase, is unlikely to entirely shut down the bite given the other favorable conditions. Expect active periods, especially around dawn and dusk, but be prepared for some slower spells. So, my friends, don't miss this opportunity. Pack your gear, dress for the conditions, and head out to those Irish waters. I wish you all tight lines and a truly memorable day out. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more fishing insights, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are your plans for fishing this autumn? What's your favorite September lure for pike? Share your tips and tricks with our community. Until next time, stay safe and keep those lines wet.